Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about intermittent fasting to lose weight for beginners. And what you guys need to understand is that intermittent fasting is one of the best ways if you want to lose weight. But what is intermittent fasting? So intermittent fasting is an eating pattern which alternates between period of eating and period of fasting. And there's a lot of ways of people do intermittent fasting. For example, for some people, they can eat for a period of time for 8 hours. For 8 hours, they can have something to eat, and for 16 hours, they will not eat anything. So there are a lot of ways of people are doing that. But what you need to understand is that in this culture, in this society, we've been trained to eat all the time and too frequently, which is very, very bad. And people need really to put that in their mind, that eating constantly it's not a good thing, because we've been told that, oh, you need to eat all the time so that you're going to have strength, which is completely false. And I will demonstrate to you during that presentation. So for example, I've had someone who was working in a nursery where they keep small children, and they explained to me the way they were giving them food. And that's why I've told you that since we are very young, we are trained to eat too frequently. For example, they will start the day, okay? They will start the day with a bowl of cereal. With a bowl of cereal, they will start the day. And they will really encourage them. I would not say forced, but they will really encourage them to finish all that bowl of cereal. So that's the first thing when kids come to the nursery. That's the first thing that they give them. And only after 30 minutes, okay, they will give them snacks or fruit. You understand that? They give them bowls of cereal, and only after 30 minutes, they need to eat snacks or fruit. And after that, for their lunch now, which is something like after 2 hours or something like that, they give them again food, which is maybe 2 hours after that. And for that, what they're going to give them, they're going to give them some cooked food. Which can be maybe rice with chicken, with a little bit of vegetables. Or maybe, I don't know, spaghetti with beef or something. So they will have something, some cooked food. And then, apart from that, they will add them with some yogurt and some white bread. And as always, they will really, really encourage them to finish all of it. But what people need to understand is that you have to eat. As soon as you feel satisfied, you stop eating. You don't continue. But for them, they give you food, and what is in the bowl, you need to finish that, which is not right. And then what will happen? After a couple of hours, after the lunch, they will give them again food. And this time, maybe they will have some noodles. They can have some potato chips. And they will have that with meat. So it's already, what, 4 times that I've had something to eat in a very small period of time. And with this, when they finish eating this, the noodles, the potato chip with the meat, then they will give them some dessert. You see, and that's not finished yet. And they've already had 4 meals, and then to finish the day, they will have some snacks, which can be some crackers, can be some crackers, it can be rice cake, it can be a breadstick in a dip. So you can see that they came to school, they've had 5 meals. 5! And this is just at school or at the nursery. So when they go back home, again, they will have something to eat. You see how people are really, really trained to eat all the time. But what you need to understand is that, like I've just said, eating constantly is a very bad thing. Because what will happen is that when you're constantly eating, what will happen is that, first of all, your body will have to produce all the time insulin. All the time when you eat, the body will have to produce insulin. So you will have, all the time, you will have peaks of insulin. So you eat, you've got a peak of insulin. It gets down, you've got another one. So it's going to be like that. And why is it bad for the body to produce insulin all the time? It's going to, what's going to happen is that you will have what is called cellular aging. So you will age very quickly just by eating constantly. And that's not right. And what will happen again is that every time when you eat constantly like that, what's going to happen normally is that when you are not digesting food, the body will produce what is called the human growth hormones, HGH. And this hormone is very, very important for the growth of your tissues. And what's happening is that when the body is producing insulin, it cannot produce the human growth hormone. So the body cannot produce these 2 hormones at the same time. It's not possible. It's one or the other. And this is very, very important, this hormone. And you can see that when you are digesting food, the body will not be able to produce this hormone. And what is happening as well is that when you are eating, when you are digesting food, what will happen is that the body cannot do the healing and cleansing process. It's like, for example, if you are in your house and you never clean it. So the dust, the garbage all pile up in your house. If that's happened, at some point you're going to be sick. And this is exactly what's happening when you are digesting food. The body cannot do the healing and the cleansing process. It cannot happen. And you can understand that this is very, very important. And imagine you are eating all the time like this. When the body will have the time to do that? Because like I've just said, 5 meals at the nursery, When they go back home, maybe they will have another 2 or 3 meals. So the body will never ever have the chance to do the healing and cleansing process. And we are trained like that. That's why some people, if they have to start intermittent fasting, as soon as they miss a meal, they start shaking because their body is not used to not having something to digest. And what is important as well is that when you do the intermittent fasting, the body will go through a process which is called autophagy. And this process is very important. And this process is the process where the body eats its own waste. You see how important it is? The body starts eating its own waste. And when you are constantly eating, the body will never have the chance to go through that process. So you can see that by doing intermittent fasting, you will have a lot of benefit. For example, the benefit you'll be able to slow down your aging process. You'll be able to strengthen your immune system. Your immune system will be very strong, and with that, it's going to be very difficult for you to be sick just by doing intermittent fasting, just by not eating constantly. Because you can understand that when you are not digesting food, the body will have a lot of energy, the body will do the healing and cleansing process, the body will go through autophagy, which will prevent you from being sick. And another thing which is very important, when you do intermittent fasting, you'll be able to lose weight. Very important. You'll be able to lose weight. And that's what people don't understand. You can see how counterintuitive it is to stop, basically not to eat constantly. And that's what people know. We need to eat. They will tell you, oh no, you need to eat so that you will have a lot of energy. You need to eat. But what I've already told you, that when you are digesting food, your body will spend 80% of its energy, which is too much. And imagine all these kids eating constantly. Their body needs to grow. Their body needs to do a lot of processes. And that's why you will see a lot of these kids are fat. And they will say, oh no, it runs into the family, it's genetic. No, it's this which is the cause. And for example, in my own example, I do intermittent fasting. And what I do typically, I eat only twice a day. So my first meal is at 12 p.m. And my second meal is at 6 p.m. And in between, there's no snacking. So you can see that I give my body a lot of time to go through these processes, to do the healing and cleansing, to do the autophagy, because I only eat twice a day with no snacking. Which means that, for example, from 6 p.m. till 12 p.m. the next day, it's 18 hours that I don't eat nothing. And you can see here, in between, from 12 till 6, it's again another 6 hours practically. But let's say the time for my food to get digested and stuff, maybe it's another 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours. So basically you can see that maybe I can spend 21 hours without digesting any food. It's no wonder why I've not been sick for the past 8 years. But obviously, I'm not asking everybody to do this, to do just like me, because here I'm talking about intermittent fasting for beginners. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain to you what you can do as a beginner. Yeah, so like I told you, for me, I do 12 p.m. and then 6 p.m. That's the only 2 times when I eat. But for beginners, what you can do, instead of having 2 meals a day, what I will encourage you to do is to have 3 meals a day, just to get for your body to get used to the new changes. So 3 meals a day, and you can eat in a window of 8-hour window. So for example, you can eat from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So for example, your breakfast, you can have your breakfast at 10 a.m. and then you decide when you can have your lunch, and you can have your dinner at 6 p.m. That's what you can do. But the key is to have no snack in between. No snacking in between, that's the key. If, for example, you want to have a snack or something like that, just have that just after your lunch. For example, as soon as you finish your lunch, if you would like to have a snack or something, you have that straight away. Or if you want like to have a dessert or something like that, you can have that straight away. Or after your dinner, if you would like to snack again or have something as well, and something else, just straight away after your meal. Don't have your lunch, for example, and then you wait for a couple of hours and you have something to eat again. Or when you have your dinner at 6 p.m. and then after that at, I don't know, 7 or 8, you have no, don't do that. Because normally the best thing to do is to have your last meal at 6 p.m. or at the most at 7 p.m. so that you give your body the chance to digest the food, so that when you go to bed, you go on an empty stomach. Because like I've said, it's very, very important to go to sleep on an empty stomach. Because when your stomach is empty, it's good. If you've got food inside, by the time you go to sleep, your metabolism is slowing down and the food will not get digested properly, and it can create a lot of problems, lots of health problems. So it's not good to go to sleep with your belly full of food. And if you would like this intermittent fasting to be even more powerful, the best thing to do is to couple that with whole food, plant-based nutrition. And why is that? It's because when you eat a whole food plant-based nutrition, this food have got, when I'm talking about a plant-based nutrition, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fruit, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds. This category of food have got loads of fiber. They've got loads of fiber, which will clean your digestive tract. What they will do as well, they will make you full very quickly. So very quickly you will be full. So you will tend to eat less. But obviously, what I'm trying to talk to people is not to do portion sizing. No, you need to eat until you feel satisfied. Don't do a small portion. No, I need to eat a very small portion. No, don't do that. Especially if you are eating a plant-based nutrition. You need, when you feel full, when you feel satisfied, you stop eating. That's what you have to do. So you will get full very quickly, and you will tend to eat less frequently. And what will happen, because you eat less and you eat less frequently, what will happen? You will lose weight. So, intermittent fasting, you eat a plant-based nutrition, you're going to lose a lot of weight. And that's exactly what's happened to me. In 9 months, I was able to lose 77 pounds or 35 kilos. It doesn't happen to everybody. And what people need to understand as well is that when you would like to lose weight like this, it's better to eat plant-based nutrition. Because, for example, when you eat processed food, these food are full of calories, fat, salt, sugar, which will increase your weight. And the food scientists who designed this food, these don't even have to be called food. The man-made food, they are normally not, they are not food. But when you eat this food created by food scientists, they will make sure that it's addictive. So you will eat more and more of that. And this food, this processed food, they've got no nutrient, no vitamins, no phytonutrient, they've got no minerals. And what I'm talking about is it's organic. Because when you eat have a processed food, all the stuff that they put is synthetic. But I'm talking about organic. You will not have all these things, and your body will crave all the nutrients, the vitamins and stuff like that, and the body will continue to give you that feeling of hunger, so that the body will think that, oh, if I'm giving this person the feeling of hunger, maybe this time it will give me the food that I need. But unfortunately, because these food are addictive, people will go back to eating the same food, and it creates a lot of problems. And people want easy solutions, very easy. And what people will do when they want to lose weight, they will go and buy a medication which is called Ozempic. That's the new trend. People don't want to change their eating habit. They just want a quick fix. They just buy this medication, they take it, and they expect the weight to go down. But what you need to understand is that every medication that you take has got some side effects. Every single medication, even the paracetamol, just look at the notice. You will see that every single medication has got some side effects. And this is not the solution. The solution is to be able to change your eating habit. And when you do that, you'll be able to lose weight effortlessly. Okay? So, till next time, take care of yourself and bye-bye.